The UK rap scene is fronted by glamorous lifestyles and the crime it took to get there. However, a lot of things that you see is actually fabricated, and to the normal eye, it can be extremely believable if you don't know what to look for. Today, I want to share how rappers fake the lifestyle and image for clicks and views, and all of the people that are truly behind the image that you see. So first, we got to talk about how exactly labels operate. Typically, when a UK artist is blowing up on the scene, labels will fight for an advance, which basically means the artist is contracted to make a certain amount of projects or albums or singles for an upfront cost. And when you're a rapper that comes from a deprived area, 50k to around 150k is a lot of money. However, the downside that sometimes comes with this is the artist just sees a big number and then their eyes light up and they just take it. They don't read into contracts, and sometimes they can really get stung. For a good example, let's take a look at the rapper Mazza L20. Now, if you don't know nothing about Mazza L20, then he's based out of Merseyside from Liverpool, and he started to blow up from inside of prison when he was recording freestyles and he was dropping loads of songs on different platforms. However, Mazza actually got offered numerous advances off labels. The first deal that Mazza got offered was £20,000 for an album. Then eventually more deals started to come through. It went to 40k, to 50k, and it even went up to 100k. However, Mazza was still waiting for the perfect deal to come through. But Mazza actually wanted to take the £100,000 deal, but it was his girlfriend Key that said, no, just wait, there will be something better that comes through the door. Then eventually their email started getting a little bit dry and they had no more deals come through. And that's when one came through for £110,000, and that's when they took it. And what I will say is, Mazza actually got a very good deal out of this. Some people get stuck by signing that they have to do about 5 to 10 albums. He only got it on one, which was really good. Next, let's talk about a very famous UK drill rapper that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, and that is Russ Millions. Now, Russ actually signed a very bad deal, and I assume that he just was not looking into the contract. He probably had no legal team, he probably had anyone around him that had zero experience signing contracts, and allegedly, well, it's not allegedly because Russ admitted it, but he signed a 20 album deal for £60,000. Now, if you don't understand how crazy this is, let's say you're trying to make one album here. You got to account for music videos, you got to account for studio time, you got to account for the people that are designing the album covers, the individual designs on songs. The list goes on from the expenses. And the worst part is he didn't even get to keep the full 60 grand because he signed a 20 album deal with his close friend at the time called Taze, and they actually split the money 50-50. So now all Russ really got for 20 albums is 30 grand. That's just a little over £1,000 per album. That doesn't even cost 5 studio sessions. Like, it's crazy. Now finally, let's talk about the best signing that I've probably heard, and that's Central C. Reportedly, Central C's deal was for $25 million. Now that is absolutely outrageous, and you're probably thinking, Central C doesn't have to fake the lifestyle, he has money. Now he has money, and I'm not saying that Central C used to fake his lifestyle, but all I can say is from what I'm seeing is that his lifestyle is a lot more crazier since he signed that deal than he didn't. And no, I'm not pocket watching, I'm just talking about the progress from nothing to something. But enough to do with rappers, let's actually get into the nitty gritty stuff that you came here to watch. Now, let's say for example that you're not the biggest rapper in the UK and you're also not a nobody, but you're around Mazza L20's level. Perfect example. Now what I'm about to say, I'm not directing this at Mazza specifically, but I'm talking about all the artists that are around his social size. But typically you see Lamborghinis, Ferraris, G-Wagons, Porsches, any super luxury car that you can name, a rapper has used it before. They don't actually own the cars in the videos, and I honestly hope people are not gullible enough to actually think that they own the car. Now of course the reason why they actually rent these cars is for image. You want a really good video, you want it to look luxury, you want it to look cool, but these rappers don't even make nowhere near enough to comfortably pay for a supercar. You do have the really big rappers, like I said, you get Central C, $25 million deal, they can comfortably pay for supercars. D-Block Europe, millions, of course course they can pay for supercars. I'm on about the UK artists that are not blown up completely, but they're not unknown. And to be honest, mostly everything in these music videos are actually rented. I can't remember the exact video that I saw where a rapper actually said that even the clothes that they wear sometimes are rented. There's people that purposely rent clothes in the industry for rappers. And one of the craziest ones that even I didn't think was possible, but jewelry is actually rented sometimes in the videos too. Have you ever seen them rappers that wear 2 free watches and they got about 5 chains on? Well, they can actually go and rent all of this for about 2 grand. And if you're a rapper that's got an £100,000 advance and you want to spend 2k just on jewelry and clothing for your music video, then that's actually more cost effective than going out and buying a Rolex for yourself. So to be fair, it does make sense why they do it in a business perspective, but everyone that perceives them on a video thinks they're rich and they have all this crazy money. But when in reality, artists don't make insane amounts unless they're super clear. However, let's actually get into the analytics of things. Let's talk about how much you earn from platforms like Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube. Now, Spotify pays per stream 0.003. Now, you're not even getting a single dollar from a stream. Just to earn $1, you have to have over 300 people listen to your music. So when you see people that have like 50k streams on a song, but they're inside of a Lamborghini, you've got to kind of make things make sense in this situation. So on average, around 1 million streams, that will set you around £1,000 to around £4,000. Next is Apple Music, and for one stream on Apple Music it is $0.01. Now this is a lot better than Spotify, and Apple Music actually are known for paying way better than Spotify. So this means every 100 listeners you get $1, which is not bad compared to Spotify's 300 listeners for $1. Now allegedly on Apple Music, if you get 1 million streams, that's anywhere from £4,000 to £7,000. It will probably vary depending on song size and loads of different factors, but that's just the base facts that are known. Now lastly, YouTube Music, you will get 0.00164 per stream, and per 1 million streams you will get roughly around £3,000 to £5,000. And of course YouTube Music is separate to YouTube, and if you uploaded a music video on YouTube, you would probably get not a lot as much money as you would from YouTube Music, but it still counts as an extra source of income, so remember this. From talking about the analytical side of things, it got me thinking, what's actually technically better, being under a label or remaining independent? Now if you're somebody that's kind of tapped into the music industry and you're not so much as a consumer but you're more of a creator, then you will know that everybody says being independent is the way. But that got me thinking, why is it better to be independent? Now when you're under a label, you literally don't have to do anything except from make the music. They will do everything from managing your songs, from distribution to getting studio time sorted out, everything that you would have needed to do if you're independent, but you got to do nothing. But in my opinion, when I sat there and I looked at everything, it probably is better in 2025 to be independent, and that's unless you get a crazy deal like Central C. Then take the 25 million, I don't blame you. But the reason why being independent is so much better in 2025, mainly because the fact of you have control of what you can do, and social media is so easy nowadays. It is easier than ever. So if you're an artist and you really want to blow up, all you got to do is just have the consistency, have the plan, and you can pretty much blow yourself up. There's so many people that have done it, and there's no reason why you can't. Now an artist that I know that is 100% not signed and is independent is We Want Raves. I don't know if anyone on this channel listens to him or knows him, but I've not seen anything of him being signed or anything related to that. So as far as I'm concerned, he's 100% independent. But one of his most popular songs is Know You, and it sounds like this.
I wanna know you. You told me how your ex tried to control you. You're missing out.
Now just on Spotify alone, this single has got 25 million streams. But the real question is how much is this? Now, just on this single alone, he got $60,000, and this got views on loads of different platforms like YouTube, Amazon Music, Apple Music. So I'd probably say in total he possibly made around 100k off that song. Now, going back to when I was talking about Mazza L20, you have to remember that some of these artists are taking deals for 110 grand on a whole album, and an artist is clearing that just off a single. So being independent is probably the best way, to be honest. But the problem really and truly lies when UK rappers go broke and they try to keep their image high. When most UK rappers go broke and fall off, they tend to go back doing what they know best, and typically that's committing crime in UK rap, because that's all you really hear about. Most rappers will open up trading groups, they might even sell finance courses, I've seen it before, and some just go back to selling the devil's lettuce and some Colombian sugar, if you know what I mean. Let's talk about a very notorious artist in the UK, and that's Digga D. Absolutely everybody knows this song here.
Bro, put boxing, draws 3-5 and scores for man if you want that. Don't talk like you're bad doing on that combat.
Right now, Digga D is facing a 3-year and 11-month sentence for importing a load of green herbs. To be specific, he was importing around 45 kilos worth, which could be anywhere from £100,000 to max £225,000. And Digga D had a brilliant rap career. He was getting millions of streams on his singles, even some of his albums done really good. I'm pretty sure he's been in the charts a few times too. And I don't know much about Digga D's finances, so I can't speak on it, but if you was making a lot of money from rapping, then you wouldn't go and import 45 kilos of herbs. You know, it don't really make sense. Now, someone else that you might be familiar with if you're from the UK, and that's Swarms. Not only is he a rapper, but he's a boxer. But we're gonna go to a time when Swarms was primarily doing his rap. Just before I explain the story, I want to say that this might not be 100% true, and this could be promotion. But a couple years ago, Swarms was seen on a TikTok doing Deliveroo, and there's nothing wrong with doing Deliveroo, but there's just people on the internet that instigate drama because he's famous and they want to get some clout. Now, there was video proof of him actually delivering Deliveroo, but that video that somebody took was actually an indirect promo for his new song. Now, it wasn't confirmed if this was actually 100% a promo, but when the video came out, Swarms was dressed in a Deliveroo outfit, and to be honest, sometimes I like to think a bit outside of the box, so I won't sit there and believe that that was actually a music video, and maybe he actually made a music video to cover up the fact that he was doing Deliveroo. And to be honest, if he did go back on music because of that, then that is a very good marketing tactic. I will give him his flowers there. In my conclusion of everything that we spoke about, you don't need to fake the lifestyle when rapping. A lot of people blow up just from having really good music. Of course, it does kind of put a growth spurt in your career if it looks like that you're rich and you live the lifestyle, but sometimes you genuinely don't need to do all of that. People are blowing up organically just from the fact of they're learning the music industry a lot more. They're learning the business side of things. They ain't just learning how to make a good song, or they ain't learning how to produce, but they're actually learning how to push their music out and how to get people engaged with them constantly. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Ty White, and thanks for watching.